Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Keith once again with Craps TX. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up for us, subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And as I've mentioned in some of the other videos, I do have a couple of partners now. First off is pokerchipmania.com right here. That's where I get my chips from. They have very good prices. They got clay, composite, and ceramic chips. These are the composite, the 11.5 gram. They've got all different kinds of designs and everything to choose from. You can put that back out there because that's going to be our bankroll here in a minute. But yeah, and they've also got some dice. They've started carrying again some 19mm dice for your craps table. If you just look on the home page, they should have a header up there for craps supplies and also poker supplies. If you don't see anything that you're looking for immediately, there is a search bar up in the top right-hand corner of the home page. And then also, right now, very excited for this. For my viewers only, if you use this code at checkout, CrapsTX10, you'll get 10% off your entire purchase. So go check them out. Stock up for the holidays, stock up for your own home table, whatever you want to do. Get in there, buy some chips, buy some other supplies, and go out and support one of these small businesses. Also, next up is grip mats. That's where I got my tabletop here. They have several different kinds of game mats, not just casino type, but casino-wise, they do have a couple of different kinds of craps table mats. They've got poker, baccarat, and blackjack. So go check them out. They are at gripmats.etsy.com right here on the screen. They've got, like I said, over 300 different kinds of game boards. They've got some themed mats like Star Wars, Dune, Marvel, a bunch of other desk mats, and really a lot more. Some pieces and parts you may need for some other games. Check them out. They run various promotions at different times. So just when you go to checkout, just look and see. They should have something there on their site if they are running any kind of a promotion at the time. But do appreciate those guys and gals over there at gripmats.etsy.com for partnering with me here at Craps TX, and to pokerchipmania.com as well. So go check them out. Support some small businesses this holiday season and the rest of the year as well. So today's strategy, what we're going to do is kind of a take on just the 66 inside, or how to get to the 66 inside. Of course, there's several different ways you can do it. It's just a little spin, a little twist on it. I've seen a couple different people post about this and just read through the forums and whatnot, and kind of saw how they handled the situation, or the strategy, I guess you could say. But first of all, let's get this out of the way. We got $500. We're on a $15 table. There's 3, 4, 50, 75, and 5. We'll get that out of the way, get it racked up. What we're going to do is start out playing $60 or $30 on the 6 and 8. Again, it's just the way that one of the forums had it posted that I read, and just trying different spins on different strategies. So your first hit, you're going to get 35. You're going to then tell the dealer to take you to 66 inside, and then you'll rack the rest. From there on out, you can press, collect, press, however you want to do it. We're going to try to press a little more aggressively and see if we can't get our bankroll up a little bit quickly. Just say if you have limited time, you got $500, you want to make the most, get in, get out, and hopefully walk away with a profit. So we're not going to be the shooter on this strategy, or at least not for the first couple. I may try like maybe every third shooter or so to be the shooter. But for now, we'll start out just waiting for a point to be set, and then we'll place our bets. We're coming out. We're looking for a point. Dice are out. There is a 639. 9 will be our point. We'll throw $60 in the come there and ask the dealer to place us 30 each on the 6 and 8. And a runaway chip there. And there we go. All right, so now we're looking for a hit on one of those numbers, obviously, a 6 or an 8. There's a 639, so that's point hit right away. Puck will go off. Bets are off. You can choose to work if you'd like, but I'm not going to work them on the come out. There is a 437, so it's a good thing we didn't. That is a frontline winner. Dice out. And another 437 back to back. Dice are out. A 6-5 yo. We got 3 frontline winners in a row. Maybe when we're shooting, we'll get that opportunity. But then you get it taken right back. At least one of them. There's a 12. Box cars. 12 craps. And a hard 4. 4 is going to be our new point. And once again, we're looking for a hit on a 6 or 8. There is a 6, 4, 10. Open down there on the end. Doesn't help us, doesn't hurt us. 6, 3, 9. All right, we're working our way down. Can we get an 8 next? Jumpy dice, and yes we did. We got a hard 8. All right, so that first hit, 30 is going to pay 35. This time we're going to tell the dealer to take us to 66, 66 inside. So we'll just take the 75 here, and we'll get, what, $9 in change. And we'll rack this here. So actually, let's just color that up real quick. There's 5 red, 4 green, and we're racking $29. Let's just move that a little bit. I'll keep that out there just so we can see per shooter what we're making. So the dealer will then set you up 66 inside. That is 15 on each of the inside numbers, and then the 6 and 8 would be at 18 each because they have to be in increments of 6. From here on out, you can do whatever you want. Press, collect, collect, press, collect, press, whatever. We're going to try to be a little aggressive here, hopefully. We'll go by the number, whatever we hit. Let's see, the 5. That's a 3, 2, 5. So that's 15. It's going to pay 21. We're going to throw in $4 and make that 25 and go to 40. So we are going to press at least a time or two on each hit of a number and just try to get up there and maybe collect a couple and then regress back down. All right, 2 by 4, 6. 18 is going to pay 21. We're going to throw in $3. I'll just take it from what we've won so far. There is 25. So there's 20 and 5. Okay, so we hit the, what did we hit? The 6. Pays 18. We're going to throw in $3. And, I'm sorry, 18 pays 21. We're going to throw in $3. That's 24. We're then going to take the 6 to 42. All right, so we're now at 42. Trying to get these numbers up pretty quick so we can hopefully get a couple of good hits after we get these numbers pressed up. And there's a 415. All right, that's a good hit for us. 40 is going to pay 56. All right, we're still going to continue to press, but we're going to collect a little bit. We're going to go ahead and take that up to 60. So that's one more quarter. There's 2 of those. So we got that up to 60, and we will rack $36. And we'll color up as we go. There's 5 red, 4 green, and we're up to $58 or so in our rack. Nice out. 639. Okay, we're on the other side over here. Same thing like we did on the 5. That 15 is going to pay 15 is going to pay 21. We're going to throw in $4. I don't have 4, but there's 5, and I'll take $1 change. That takes us to 25, and we'll put that under the 9 and take it to 40. All right, dice are out, and a 617. I was just about to say so far so good. We were doing all right. Trying to be a little aggressive with the pressing, but it got to us right away. Well, not right away. We had a little bit of a collect there, but you know, nothing to write home about. And I think we may have, not quite. We didn't quite break even because we did power press a couple of times. So we got $54. We'll put it back on our rack, and that will go off. I believe we're on shooter number 2. I think. Or did we, I don't know if we 7 down at the beginning. I don't know. We'll just say we're shooter number 2. I'll be the next shooter after this one. All right, dice are out. There is a 516. 6 will be our point. Same thing, we're going to throw out, well, if I get to them, we can throw out $60 and put 30 on the 6 and 8, please. And again, we're just looking for that first hit so that we can spread out to 66 and rack a little bit. There's a hard 10. Puppy paws. And there's a boxcars, 12 midnight. All the spots and dots. We got 6-5. Yo, we're getting all those high numbers. It'd be good if we were playing the ATS. And a 415. All right, we're still not hitting any of the numbers we're on. 6 and 8 are usually one of the numbers that get hit more often than others, but we didn't hit them right away. But now we got one. 538. All right, that 30 is going to pay 35. Again, we're going to tell the dealer to take us to 66 inside. So there is 70. We'll do it that way, right? Yeah, there's 70. And we'll get $4 in change. And we'll rack that $29 right there. So then we'll get 66 inside. Like I said, we're going to try to be a little aggressive on the pressing. Just for something different. You know, again, like it may be just a quick session. You know, if you're trying to get in and get off the table real quick and make a little money in the process, maybe this is the way to do it. Let's see, 15 is going to pay 21. We're going to throw in $4. That'll make that 21.25. So we'll take that 25 and ask the dealer to press us up to 40 on the 5. Nice out. And a 639. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other end. 15 is going to pay 21. We don't have the 4. Well, there's 4 right here, so we'll take that. 15, like I said, is going to pay 21. There's 4 we're going to throw in and get a quarter. Tell the dealer to take our 9 to 40. And let's go. Dice out. 415. All right, there's a hit on that. 40 is going to pay 56. So now we will collect a little bit, but we're also going to press, try to be a little aggressive. Please take our 5 up to 60. So we're going to take one of those green chips, 2 red, and then we'll rack the rest there. There's 25 and 36 more that we put in there. So we got $61 off to the side there, basically kind of out of the hand. Because we bought in for 60, but we power pressed a couple of times too. That was a 6-4-10. We're not on the 10, so it didn't help us. There's a 5-4-9. Okay, so same thing on the other end. That 40 is going to pay 56. Once again, dealer, please take us to 60. So that'd be 1 of those and 2 of those. And then another 36 back to the rack. We could be a little more aggressive and go up to 70 or 77 or not 77, 70, 75, 80, whatever you wanted to do. But we're trying to collect a little bit as we're kind of, you know, being a little more aggressive with the pressing. All right, there we go. 415. 60 is going to pay 84, I believe. So that would be 85 for 1. Let's do it that way. We'll throw in $1. And dealer, take me up to 100. So we'll go right up to 100 and we will be able to rack $45. We'll color up a little bit as we go here. There's 5 red, 4 green, 4 green, 4 black, and so far so good with this shooter. So we are going up to 100 on that 5. We'll clean that up, put a black chip on the board, and so far our aggressive pressing is working. 6 to 8. Haven't been able to press the 6 or 8 yet, so let's see. We got 18. That's going to pay 21. We'll throw in $3. There's 5, 2 and change. Dealer, take me up to 42 on the 8. So instead of playing the sisters like the 6 and 8, we're just going to press up those single numbers like that. Try to be a little more aggressive on the single numbers. All right, 639. All right, just like on the other end down here. 60 is going to pay 84, or we'll do 85 for 1. It's 85. Dealer asks you to drop $1. Drop $1. Dealer, take me up to 100 on my 9. And we will again, once again, rack $45. And we will color up as we go. There's 5 red for a green. And then we'll clean up that 9. There's 4 green for a black. And we've got $100 chips as bookends on our inside numbers. And now we hit one. There's a 325. That 100 is going to pay 140. Now at this point, you can same bet, you can regress, you can do really whatever you want. Like I said, we were just trying to be aggressive, maybe get some, good hits. So we've got a couple of good hits there. I'm just going to same bet. It's good to put that black chip in your rack. I'm going to go ahead and clean that up too. There's 4 green for a black. So we've got over $300 in our rack right now, and we've still got, I don't know, close to 300 in play. And now we're going to hit the other end. 5, 4, 9. 100 pays 140. Once again, we're going to same bet because that's the first time we've hit that number with a black chip on it. So next time we hit the 5 or the 9, we'll go ahead and press up. We'll see what we can do with it if we're so lucky to get it. There's 5 red for a green. Again, just pressing up as I go. Nicer out. 6-5 yo 11. Nice out. And a 5-4-9. All right. So there is our. Is that our second hit? Or I think that's our second hit. Was it pay 140? Yeah, I think we collected. Right, we've collected once each on the 5 and the 9. So there's 140. Dealer, take my 9 up to, let's see, let's go to 150. So for that, we're going to have to get some change, or we can just put this in our rack. We'll put the 140 in our rack, and then we'll pull 50 from there, and we'll go to 150 on the 9. So that will pay 210. Should we be so lucky to hit it? There is a 3 craps, ace deuce. And a 628. All right, that's a good hit for us. 42 is going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. The dealer asks you to drop $1. Dealer, take my 8 up to 60. So we're going to go from 42 to 60. Again, you can be as aggressive as you want. I do want to put a little bit of money back in the rack. So we're going to put $32, I believe, back in the rack. Clean that up. There's 5 red, 4 a green. And we'll keep on going. Dice are out. 617. I was just about to say shooter number 2 is doing us very well, which they did. So that is going to be it for that. Leaving a little money on the board, but it takes money to make money. Never heard that before, have you? All right, but see, yeah, we made over, what, $500 on that? So there's 500 in black chips right there alone. Matter of fact, we can color that up as we go. There's 500, and I will get a purple. So we'll move things down here a little bit, make room for the purple chip, and keep on rolling. Okay, I said it was going to be the shooter. I think this is shooter number 3. So we'll go ahead and give it a whirl. I'll put $15 on the pass line. Dealer will throw me 5 dice, and I'll choose a couple. I always like to look for an 8. Don't see one, so I'll just take that hard 6. I'm not going to sit there and shake them up like some people do for incessant amount of time. All right, we're looking for a point. Dice are out. There's a 5, 1, 6. 6 will be our point. I am going to play odds back there, even though we're kind of doing the 30-30 thing. We'll just do the odds on the 6 at 15, and I will put 30 on the 8. And we'll leave it at that. We'll go from the same thing, just playing the 6 and 8. Dice are out. There's a 3, 1, 4. I mean, yes, we have built up our bankroll a little bit. We could probably play, you know, more of the numbers inside to begin with, but I'm just trying to show you the same strategy over and over. Even though I'm the shooter, I'm still just playing the 6 and 8 to start. 3, 1, 4. We're not on that, obviously. And a 6, 1, 7 out. Okay, so nothing would have helped us anyway at that point. So myself as a shooter, much like in real life, I did not do so hot. But let's see what time we got. 17 minutes or so. We got time for another shooter, or maybe 2, unless we get one like we had right before me. Let's see, there's a 6, 2, 8. We'll take that. All right, looking for a point. We're coming out. Dice are out. There's a hard 4. 4 is going to be our point. We'll throw out 75 since I don't have change. Dealer placed me 6 and 8, 30 each on the 6 and 8. There's a quarter. And put 1 each on there, and then 3 goes back to the rack. And we're looking for a hit on that 6 or 8 so we can spread out to the inside. There's 3 craps, ace deuce, and there we go, hard 6. We are able to move up right away. 30 is going to pay 35. Dealer, please take me to 66 inside. So we'll take that 75 there, and from 66 you'll get 9 and change. And then we can take those 5 red and get a green and put $29 back in our rack. And then get set up 66 inside. Still going to stick with the same kind of semi-aggressive pressing strategy. I'll have to come up with some kind of name for it. I don't think they had a name, the forum where I read it at. Sorry, I almost forgot to cap off my 6 and 8 there. So 15, 18, 18, 15. Dice out. Right back on that hard 6. There we go. All right, 18 is going to pay 21. I'm going to throw in $3. That makes it 24. That 24 and 18 makes 42. So dealer, please take me to 42. 1 red, 3 green. I'm sorry, 1 green, 3 red, 2 white. $42 on the 6 and a 527. All right, so that one is through. So we'll go on to shooter number 5, I believe. And we'll just stick with the same thing. Whoa, but we don't want to knock those down. Yeah, no, I keep saying one of these days I'll get a little rack over here on the side, but I've got to build some side walls to continue these down. Let us get a new set of dice for, I think this is shooter number 5. Is that what we determined? Let's see, there's a hard 8. We'll take that. Looking for a point. We're coming out. 5, 3, 8. All right. Good point to be on. Let's go ahead and put our $60 out. 30 each on the 6 and 8. All right, now we're looking for a hit on either one of those. And there we go. Right back on that 8. 6, 2, 8. So that's going to be point hit. 30 is going to pay 35. And we'll tell the dealer to take us to 66 inside. So we will take, let's just do it this way. We'll do 70. That was the easy way to do it. I think I did that once before. So there is $70, and we'll get 4 and change. Put $29 back in our rack, and we'll get set up 66 inside. 3, 6, 9, 12. All right, and then 6. There we go. And we are set up. Okay, so we hit point. Bets are off. Looking for a new point. Whoa, that was kind of funky the way that came out. There is a 5, 3, 8. 8 will be our new point. And let's see if we can get some aggressive pressing going on here. There is a 3, 2, 5. 15 is going to pay 21. We're going to throw in $4. Make it 25. Dealer, take me up to 40. That will get done. Dice out. Straighten that up a little bit. There's a 2x4, 6. 18 is going to pay 21. We're going to throw in $3. And that makes 24. 24 and 18 is 42. Ask the dealer to take you up to 42. And done. So we got a couple of good hits, a couple of good presses up there. There's a 6-5 yo. A 5 or a 6 would not suck right now. There is a 5. All right. 40 pays 56. So now we'll get to collect a little bit plus press up. Dealer, take me up to 60. So that's 2 green, 2 red. And we'll get to put $36 back in the rack. And we're pretty close to being out of the hand. I think we are, because there's 61. So we're covering our initial 60 that we bought in for. There is a 325 right back on it. 60 is going to pay 84, or we'll pay 85 for 1. Dealer, take me up to 100 on my 5. So there we go. We'll clean that up. 4 green for a black, and then we'll put $45 back in the rack. Didn't mean to make that rhyme. There's 5 red for, whoa, what am I doing there? 5 red for a green, and then 4 green for a black. We're at 105 over there in our rack. Got a black chip on the board, and we got a 437 out. Wouldn't you know it? But we did make profit on that shooter, so that was good. What time we got? 22 minutes. Let's see if we can squeeze a shooter in. I'll be this shooter. I think it's number 6 anyway. So that'd be every 3rd shooter. So let me get some change so I can put my pass line bet down. There's a quarter, so there's 5 for a quarter. I'll put 15 on the pass line. And we'll get us a new set of dice. Turn the puck off. Dealer will give you 5 dice, and we'll get that 5, 3, 8. We'll take that. All right, we're coming out looking for a point. There is a hard 4. 4 is going to be our point. Now, we can either do the 60 like we've been doing, or we could go right away to the 66. Since we've done the 60 so many times, and hopefully you saw what I was doing there, let's go ahead and just place it up to the 66 inside. And there's 100, so we'll get 34 in change. That way, since this is the last shooter, we'll be able to maybe get a few shots in and maybe show you some of the pressing strategies if we can get a few hits. Try to press up a little bit quicker than what you normally would, you know, by just going, instead of going 1 unit or doing the sister numbers or whatever. Oh, we're also going to cover that. We'll place odds on that 6. Oh, we don't have to play the 6 here, do we? All right, so I'm going to take that back down. I'm going to take that 18 back down. All right, so now 6 is, well, no, that's the 4. I'm sorry. I got to pay attention. So many distractions. Okay, so yeah, I was confused. I was thinking 6 was my point. 4 was the point. So I'm playing odds behind the 4 back there. And we are coming out looking for a point. Not a point, we're looking for a hit. And we're not going to get it because Keith is shooting, and he's really good at getting PSOs, or, you know, maybe a hit or 2 and then a 7 out. So anyway, that's going to do it. There's not really a name for the strategy. I'll see if I can't come up with something clever and put it out there or put it down on the screen here. It'll be in the title for sure. For sure, totally. So let's see where we're at. Let's see, get the dice out of the way. We started out with what? 500, I think. just to show that, you know, if you're trying to get in, get out, make a little bit of money, which we did on our second shooter. That's probably when we should have stopped right then. Let's go ahead and color up. There's 5 white for a red. That's going to do it for our coloring up. Well, right now we can see we're in profit. We started out with 500. There's a $500 chip. 6, 7, 8, 50, 60, and 5. 865. So we made $365 just in that short amount of time. Of course, it's going to take a lot longer if you're at a live table because, you know, the rotation and the orbit around the table. But just for a quick video is what I meant. I guess we were able to show you that we profited $365 in what, 6 shooters, I think it was. Actually, we'd have had a lot more if we'd have stopped at shooter number 2. So that's going to be it. I mean, it's kind of a 60 to 66 strategy. I don't know. Maybe we'll call it the Route 66 or something like that. Something clever. We'll think about it. But yeah, before you guys leave, hey, check out again pokerchipmania.com. Use the code CRAPSTX10 at checkout and get 10% off of your purchases. And also check out gripmats.etsy.com for any kind of game boards like this or several other games, fantasy type games, more casino type games, Star Wars themes, Dune, Marvel. They've got desk mats, anything you can think of. They may be able to do custom work. Send them a message. They're pretty quick to respond and they will take care of you. So thank you again to pokerchipmania.com and gripmats.etsy.com for partnering with the channel. So that's going to do it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you'd rather email, here's the email, crapstx@gmail.com. If you got any suggestions for other strategies, we'd love to try them out and roll it out and see how it works out for us and also teach some other people along with the video. So that is going to do it. I think I've said that a couple times already. This is CrapsTX. There's the logo right there. My name is Keith. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.